So today I am showing you how to roller set your hair. You could either do rollers and then sleep on it, like in a silk bonnet like I have, which you'll see later in the video, or you can even, if you need to wear it during the daytime as it dries or something like that, you can just put a bandana on so you can wear it out, kind of gives you that Rosie the Riveter type look to it. But let's everything still dry in place here. So please go ahead and like and subscribe. You can even comment on here, and then let's get into it. So starting off, I always go into my room and just start brushing out my hair with my wet shine brush that has the boar bristles in it, just to make sure I don't have any tangles or anything. Then I like to section from top to bottom, going from a line from ear to ear, and I just take that top part and clip that up and out of the way with my butterfly clip. And then I split that bottom half also in half horizontally, and then clip that top portion out of the way with a duckbill clip. And then I focus on that bottom row, and we'll start going row by row up. I get my Suavecita grooming spray, spray it on that section, and use my rat tail comb to kind of distribute that product through, and then split that in half. And I will take my rollers. I like to start with my smaller ones on the bottom and then use larger ones around my crown area and smaller ones around the face, just because the smaller the curl, smaller the roller, the tighter the curl. And then I just roll it on out and place it down at the base. And then I do the same on that second row. And I'll take those out, spray it with Suavecita, section it. I like to do that one in 3 little sections of rollers as opposed to 2. And just take it out to the tail. Make sure you get all the way out to the tail. You don't want any fish hooks. And then you do the same with all of the rest of it. Now that we are done with that bottom portion, I take out that big butterfly clip and part. I like to section the top part into 3. One section is right at my crown area, the other one, and then the 2 sides. So you have crown, 2 sides, giving you 3 different sections to work with. And I secure that right side up in that butterfly clip. Now I'm just sectioning out again with my rat tail, and I typically like to do either 2 or 3 rows here, and I secure that top row with the duckbill clip, and then I spray again Suavecita and use on the sides above my ears. Sometimes I do 2 rollers, sometimes I just do 1 big pink one just to get it up and out of the way and curled. Then I take that duckbill clip out and start working on that top row. And I split that in half, again, making that crown area the biggest one where I want most of the volume. So I use those big pink rollers and then the smaller green ones towards my face. Now as we go to the other side, I section out. Now you'll be able to see I have it in 3 distinct sections on the front and top of my hair here. And then again, I will split this in half to match the other side, secure the top row with that duckbill clip, spray bottom row, do 1 big pink roller, and then we'll go back to that second row, split it in half, pink roller on the back, green roller towards my face. And lastly, we come to this big top crown section. And typically by that point, I need to kind of brush it through so I can get through. And then I will section row by row, everything going back except for my bangs. Sometimes I leave my bangs out. Sometimes I roll them with a smaller roller. Just kind of depends on what type of look I'm going for with the bangs. Also how dirty or clean they are. Because there's nothing worse than having gross, dirty, oily, like 3-day-old hair and having these gross, oily little bangs in front. It's like I look like someone from Beetlejuice or something like that. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, these bangs. I will just spray those with the Suavecita grooming spray to get those nice and moist for me to just roll around the roller. Because if they're not wet, they don't go around the roller the way that you would ideally like them to, and they kind of stick out funny. And I mean, they are short in general, so some of the sides will stick out, but you just kind of make do with what you have. You can always bump those with the curling iron in the morning. And then I get that small green roller and just try and get everything as rolled together and as tight as possible, and then clip that into place. And then I finish with spraying that grooming spray all over every little roller and everything, because by the time we wake up in the morning, everything will be nice and set and dry and curly. Then I get my little sleeping silk cap, put it on, and I am ready for bed.